As we said, so many people here in the Gulf wanted us to tell all of you, the rest of the country, that what's happening here is not just about land and wildlife, it's about work, really hard work for their children and grandchildren, and it's not too late to save it. They also told us about the frustration and fate they have held for 35 days. These people who live and work along the Gulf Coast and came pouring out at a town hall meeting we held in Marrero, Louisiana. What's been the hardest moment?
Just watching it all come in. How can you start a cleanup effort when you haven't stopped the problem yet?
What's it like for you to watch it?
I ain't never seen nothing like that before in my life.
We're gonna fight it as best we can. We're not gonna give up.
How many of you have lived here your whole lives? Is it enough ever to make you say, I gotta leave? No. Don't want to.
These good people are working their behinds off to try to make a living. And we got oil that's saturating the place that we love.
What's very frustrating is that yesterday we saw oil rushing in from the Gulf of Mexico into the estuaries, and there were boats that were just tied up that had all of the appropriate equipment that they needed to be able to skim, but were not being utilized.
Have you all seen the oil?
When I threw my spinner bait out there, it came up with the glob of oil. Wow. This was in the back of their homes. It's closer than what we really think.
If you were sitting down with Tony Haywood, what would you ask him?
Where was their contingency plan? Right. If you're going to drill that deep, you have to have a plan.
If we get a hurricane this year, it's going to push the stuff even farther in. It will never get fixed. It will affect our life and our children and our grandchildren.
But you know, BP has said, look, it's been so safe for so long.
Well, how can you trust BP at this point?
How can you trust them to do anything?
My husband's a commercial fisherman.
Tell me how much margin you have.
Margin, at this point, you have none.
So what are you doing every day?
Well, now we're all putting our boats to work. We got to go fight with all.
President Obama has to make good on his promise to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes.
And you're convinced it can still be stopped?
Absolutely.
Who do you have faith in at this point?
God. Jesus Christ. God.
Only God.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
And I thank them all for last night.